Manda, welcome to my channel. Happy first day of NaNoWriMo. This video is probably going to be going up on November 2nd, so yeah, I hope you guys got your 1,667 words in for the day. It is currently 10:16 in the morning and I have not written a single word. My plan was, and if you've seen other videos on my channel, you know I'm big into planning. The plan was to wake up at 5 this morning and try to get a couple hundred words in before work at 7:30. It totally did not happen. I am also a spoonie, so yeah, like I had no, like my spoons were all off. I suffer from anxiety caused insomnia, I would say. Like, you know, when you get sort of like really excited about, you're going to go on a trip and you get really excited about it and you can't sleep. That's kind of what it is, but it's not like, ooh, like, oh, I'm going on a trip. It's kind of darker and much worse. Last night I had a bout of it where I woke up pretty much every hour on the hour. Just ready to get going. So I didn't get very much sleep. So when 5 o'clock rolled around and my alarm clock started going off, I did not get up. I did not have the motivation or the will. Like, the mind and body were like, no, and the spirit was like, there wasn't enough spirit to kick the other two in gear. Let's say that. So I ended up getting up at 6:30, but I did do some of the things that I was planning to do in like that morning block that I wanted to do. So I have my today's calendar off. I blocked off 6 to 7 for writing, like, or at least possible writing. I've also blocked off a little bit for lunch for writing, and then I have a large block tonight after work, as well as hanging out in my Discord group. I have found that I'm not a morning writer, so I wanted to like kind of get the morning admin stuff for the day through, you know, that kind of stuff in the morning, so that I had time later in the day to get the words in. That is definitely, I guess I'll share some of my like things I learned over my first experience with Nano, which was last year. Things do not always go according to plan. That is definitely one of the big things that I learned. You can plan it out to like a single, like every minute of every day, kind of like I did, and it not go as according to plan. I'm a plantster. So in the middle of the planners and the pantsers. So it's kind of in the middle. So we plan for things to not go according to plan. And that's really one of the biggest things I know from my personal Nano experience, is that things will not go according to plan. And if you do not plan for things to not go according to plan, you're going to get frustrated and everything will fall apart. This is the first week and the first day of Nano, so everyone is sort of really excited and up and just ready and gung-ho, and will probably easily get their first 1,600 words today. Probably easily, maybe even more than that today. You're gonna really start feeling the drag of having to write that much, especially if you're a slow writer like myself. Getting that many words is probably gonna take 3 to 4 hours a day. I am not joking. I just said that was my average last year, 3 to 4 hours a day on writing. So probably by this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, you're gonna start feeling drained. And it's going to be a long haul, and then you're going to get a second wind, and it's just a lot of things that can go wrong. Somebody can get sick. You could have a migraine for 3 days. You know, that kind of thing. Another one is, don't focus so much on the words. Especially if you're going to, at least on your write count, your personal word count. Especially if you're attending write-ins, whether physically in a place or online like I am, or sitting in on somebody's doing a YouTube live or a Twitch live or whatever. You're gonna see people with crazy word counts for a 15-minute sprint. And that's okay. You know, some people write slow. I'm more of a, 250 words for a 15 to 20 minute sprint. There are some people who say they had 700 and something words. First thing is, one, just like a sort of colloquial thing that we've, like, through talking to other people. Some people, especially people with those high word counts, likely have ADHD. I have no proof of this other than talking to people in my groups that say, oh, we have like 700 words for a 15-minute sprint, but none of the words make sense afterwards. So please do take that into account. Also, they could be lying. I am not joking. Why somebody would lie about something like that, I don't know. Like, what, impress random people that they don't know on the internet? That's something to me. So weird to me. We've had experiences where we have called out people who are saying, oh yeah, I got 1,000 words in 10 minutes. Did you really get 1,000 words in 10 minutes? One of the people in my group had an experience where somebody said at week 2 they had 100,000 words. And we're sitting there like, 2 weeks, you have 100,000 words. That's not possible. And when that person called the person out on the forums, the person disappeared from the forums, like completely deleted their account and everything. So yeah, that's what's weird is, yeah, people will lie. Why? I have no idea. There's also people out there who will criticize the idea of NaNoWriMo and say that it's not sustainable and all this other stuff. And I think they are, one, pretentious people who need to like get over themselves. Another one is, at least personally for me and people in my group, there are a lot of spoonies in my group. Ours is more of, Nano is not about the words. It's about creativity and community. That's all it is about. Whether you write, your 1,600 words a day, or whether you write 2, it doesn't matter, really, at the end of the day. You don't win anything. There's nothing, other than like finishing a rough draft, right? But there's no like monetary reward at the end of the day. It's literally just bragging rights. So to go back to the whole lying thing, why would you lie to random people on the internet that you've never met about your word count? I don't know. But yes, back to how I haven't written anything today. I am also, where is it? In my notebook back here. Handwriting everything this year, or at least majority of it this year. It's a experiment I want to take. I found last year, between typing and handwriting, I had a higher word count handwriting than typing. So I thought this year I would completely handwrite my novel, which to some people is like crazy. For me, I started writing back when we didn't really have, when our laptops were huge and chunky, and all we really had was our composition notebooks, and like Moleskine wasn't a thing yet. This was back in like middle school and high school when I first started writing and getting into writing. All we had was notebooks, like composition notebooks like this one, and a pen. And so I thought I would get back to my writing roots and just write in a composition notebook. So I will probably, after I finish recording this video, and all that jazz, I'll probably do a 15-minute sprint. I think I might have, there's like kind of the reason why I decided to record this now is there's like a kind of like a lull in work around this time. Like usually like from 8 to 10, it's like bam, 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 bam. And then from like 10 to 2, it's kind of quiet. And then after 2, and then 2 to 4, it gets like crazy again. So I was going to try and take advantage, at least between 10 and 2 today, to get a couple of sprints in. I don't expect much out of it because I probably will be interrupted. That is one of the things about writing during the workday. I conveniently am working from home, so I can write out a sentence or two, and nobody notices. Especially in the lulls in work. I don't have a job where it's constantly a constant thing, but I do need to have to be able to drop what I'm writing and go do work and then can come back. So I'm very much that's one of the things I learned in Nano and this morning, obviously. I'm not a morning writer. There are some people who can jump out of bed. I'm not a morning person in general. So the idea of me actually writing in the morning, probably not actually, like, I may have blocked out an hour to be able to do it every day, but it probably won't happen. And I'm okay with that. The way I plan my day is to give myself opportunities to write and say, I can do it here, I can do it here, I can do it here. And that's one of the things I think people, especially in their Nano prep, do not think about. They're thinking about all the story and all these other things. They don't think about the real life stuff that prevents you from actually doing the writing. Especially if you work full time, or you have kids at home, or a family to take care of. Anything like that. Fortunately, I work all day, but I don't have a family I have to take care of. So all I have to do is worry about myself and the dog. So that makes things a little bit easier. And I think that's the biggest lesson that I learned from my first Nano is, one, not worry about the word count and comparing your word count to other people. I know I would love to be able to write 750 words in an hour. That would just be like amazing. But I can't, and that's okay. Everybody's people who write that many words in an hour, they say, yeah, I wrote it in an hour, but I had to spend a whole lot more time editing in the second draft than somebody like me would probably have to do. So I'm an overthinker. I have to think and worry everything to death before it even gets on the page. So it's like, so that everybody's writing style is different. Another one is figuring out when's a good writing time. Some people are night owls. Some people are like me. I write a little bit I write in spurts. I'll write a couple paragraphs. 2 hours later, I'll write another couple paragraphs. That sort of thing. That's just how my writing rhythm works. My writing rhythm is a natural sort of 20-10 kind of thing. If you're familiar with Pomodoros, it's something like that. It's similar to that. I'll write for 15-20 minutes and then I'll take a break because I've maxed out my words for the moment, So I'll need to go take a break. I'll go walk the dog. I'll go, do something. And I'll come back and I'll write a couple more paragraphs. And that's just how my writing rhythm works. There are some people who can sit down for 3 hours and just beat out some words. And figuring out where your time in the day is. That's another very important thing, is where you're going to write. Are you going to write from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m.? Are you going to write from 6 at night to 9 at night? Are you going to write randomly throughout the day like I do? And that's really, really one of the biggest important things, is not comparing yourself to other people. And I'm sure this video is so rambly and going all over the place because I did not write out a script or anything. This is me talking to the camera, just coming out as it is. So I am going to wrap this up because this video is probably really long and me rambling. So everyone, good luck with your words. Hope for you to they just come easily and just flow onto the page, which that is everyone's hope, right? But highly unlikely. There's going to be a struggle. You're going to struggle at some point in this adventure. And that's another thing, is remember, it's an adventure. Your story is an adventure. This writing experience is an adventure. And, at the end of it, hopefully you have the first end of a draft. And if you don't, like I did last year, I was kind of like, ugh. Yeah, I don't like this. I just put it on a shelf. It's going to sit on the shelf until, and incubate, until it's ready. And that's okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!